Well, hello and welcome people in here to Noobs Are Coming, a new Brotato style bullet heaven where we play as the big bad baddies. There are a number of them on screen here, but only one of them is ours, or I suppose we could play as 4 of these. But anyway, we have these heroes to smush and kill, and they are going to try their best to get under our skin, but ultimately we are going to come away victorious. At least that is the goal. So sit back, relax, and hang out, and let's have some fun here. Before we jump in, would you kindly remember to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more roguelite action? But without further ado, let's just go ahead, hop in, and check it out. So for character selections, we have Skull, who is not necessarily, you know, he doesn't have the most stats. You can run this in co-op, just an FYI here. We can get some max HP, max damage. We have a Summoner. We have an Adept, who's kind of our mage, who likes to put a ritual on the ground and stand inside of it. And then we have a Spider with additional attack slots. You do start with 6 attack slots, which again is, you know, very Brotato-esque. Actually, I think I'd unlock this character after playing the Skull, because there's no Skull here. But anyway, so we're going to start out with Skull here. And we have our weapon selections, and the one we're going to go with is Impact, because I think this there's a couple here that we could go with that show kind of like some of these cool weapons. So for one, laser starts each wave with a random direction, bounces off walls depending on the amount. We also have spiders that move in straight lines and redirect towards the player after hitting a wall. But let's go with Impact here, and of course we only have 1 difficulty, so we'll just go with that. The art here, really cool, really cute. We got this big old Skeletor, and of course they're all gonna come at us and yell at us. Now we're not attacking. Why is that? Well, we go ahead and grab our impact tokens and we jump up and just smash them down and get them all dead, and that's really all we got to do. Wave completed, so we'll go ahead and get that. We did level up, or no, we found a chest. Do we want to take enemy speed down? Yeah, I think we will take that. We also have, what do we want? Do we want more size? I think we want more size. I think we want to go for size and power. We just want to be the big bad baddie that could. Now, one thing let's right off the bat, let's talk about it. Inspired by or copying Brotato. Now, this is something that I actually talked with the developer about. I shot him a message on Discord to kind of discuss a little bit what you know, future plans was. What's the scope of the game? Right now, you know, I played around here before. I'm going to take the max HP. And I'm going to lock in the Void Hammer because that is a heavy weapon. Oh, actually I can buy right now. I have literally enough. Perfect. You know, what are the plans going in the future? Are there different, you know, systems, gameplay mechanics that are going to differentiate? That's an accent that I don't have coming out there. To differentiate yourself from Brotato, because based on my first gameplay experience, it did seem very, very much inspired by, and of course, without surprise, you know, the dev said, of course, it is inspired by Brotato. And so the question kind of arises, we're clearly going to take that because we are going melee, and let's see, I don't think a mount is going to work for us. I'm going to take lifesteal here, and we're going to go for kind of a chunky tank build if we can. So we have more enemy speed, we could drop that down. I think though I'm just going to reroll, see if we can maybe find a different weapon. Room size and speed, soul harvest. So I'm assuming at the end of a wave gain 0% of the total number of souls. Yeah, let's take it. Let's take it. So in my, well, let's do this. In the next couple rounds, you know, drop a comment. Let me know, what do you think from what you see in your first impressions? Do you think that the game is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's tough. It's like, is it inspired by or is it a copy? Now, when I talked to the developer and I kind of made my concerns, or not even a concern, it was more so just a question, right? I just wanted to know, like, what is your perspective of this? And the developer said that they thought already that the game was quite different from Brotato in the fact that a lot of different mechanics of the characters. And my thinking there is, I don't know. We've played a lot of Brotato likes on this channel. I'm not sure if necessarily just a character doing a slightly different mechanic is necessarily enough for me to say that it's far enough away from another game on the market. I think that it's quite clear that a lot of basically every bullet heaven takes from each other, right? I don't think that that's any kind of stranger, just as any game in any genre takes from other games in its own genre. Let's see. We have kickable balls. You know what? Let's take it for now. Let's take it for now. Let's do a reroll here. When drinking a potion during 2 seconds, plus 20 damage. Ooh, okay. Let's lock that in. And then none of these really matter all that much. Because what one could argue is, like, Brotato has a very big modding culture, right? Now, that's not to say that that is the actual game, because I wouldn't say that, like, Skyrim mods are part of the Skyrim game. That's just additions that you know, fans put in the game. They could put in, you know, a Pokemon capture system, and I wouldn't say that, like, oh, the Skyrim devs are trying to make it more like Pokemon. Like, it has nothing to do with the devs, right? So I'm not exactly sure that just characters having different skill types is enough to justify and say, like, this is a completely different game, because stat-wise, we're pretty much, I mean, identical. And this was one thing that they did admit, is that it's one of those things, like, you've probably heard the saying, you know, don't fix what isn't broken, right? Or that's not the exact saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wow, that was a weird way to say that phrase. Right, and because the UI clearly works, right? A lot of Brotato likes you could use the same UI. Let's see. Let's reduce our cost even more. What else do we want? You know what? I might just have to take the whip for now, just so we have additional damage. Where was I going with that? Oh, right. So the UI clearly works. There's a lot of, basically every Brotato like I've ever seen uses the same exact UI. But they did admit that they may have strayed a little bit too close to that, you know, that saying. And so they were going to kind of look into how they could change it to differentiate themselves a bit more. Now that being said, is the gameplay fun? I think it is. But is it, it's one of those things, again, it's a question that I've asked with every Brotato like we've played, is it fun because it is basically just essentially a DLC to Brotato, or does it do its own thing? One of the ones that I go to, let's grab some more Soul Harvest. We could grab a shovel just for potential for more souls. I think we'll do that for a little bit. We'll make the room a little bit bigger. We'll re-roll. We don't have any explosion attacks. We also don't have any reason for this. I might just go for the tank minion right now. We have a kind of spread out build, but I haven't been seeing any heavy weapons, and that's kind of like what I'm looking for. So yeah, right. The question that I was asking, like, you know, it's like, is it good because it's doing its own thing, or is it good because it took a formula that was already incredibly strong and just kind of put new characters in? And again, it's one of those things where, like, one could argue that every bullet heaven is doing the same thing to vampire survivors, right? And even then, you say that, and people are like, but magic survivors did it first. So, and it's the same thing. Like, is every platformer a Mario-like? You know, I honestly, I don't even know if Mario was the first platformer. I think it was, but the point still stands, right? The point I'm trying to make is still, like, what signifies an inspiration and what signifies a copy. So let's go with damage, and let's also grab, yeah, we'll just grab melee damage here. Ah, nice. We have a void hammer. So unfortunately we need to get rid of a weapon here. I'm actually going to get rid of the skull ball. I'm not a big fan of that one. We'll grab the void hammer. Let's reduce costs even more. I should have bought that first. Don't really care about dodge. Again, we're just going to go for, well, it's more minion damage. We do have a minion. We get more crit chance and more range. More size and arcane damage. What is arcane damage? Oh, I guess it's magic damage. So we could do something like this just for extra size. And then maybe like, not that I want to go arcane, but like we could pick up a projectile. No, we're gonna keep that range. I'm gonna buy this just for the range and crit chance. So I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. You guys tell me, because I'm just one gamer's opinion. You know, I can say my opinion all day, but ultimately one person's opinion doesn't matter. It's what, you know, people who want to play the game. Because at the end of the day, you could also make the argument, who cares if it's a copy? If it's more, if you've already played through Brotato and you're like, man, I just want more of, and it doesn't even matter if it's Brotato or not. It could be any game. Let's say you finish playing every single Pokemon game and you're like, man, I really want to play another Pokemon game. And Game Freak's just like, man, we're going to put out the same games. And then Power World comes out and you're like, holy crap, this is so good, right? It's like, maybe you just want more of the same thing. I don't know, but it's just an observation that I bring up. We do not need this, so we will sell this. Let's go for the, oh, we need more max HP for sure. Apple is great. Let's buy that. Let's buy the cooldown. This seems horrible. I'm sure there's some kind of synergy here in the future. Chance to find mushroom pickups that increase speed for 1 second. We don't really care about speed that much. Let's see. We got a bunch of range stuff here. Enemy speed. Let's slow them down. Let's, I did buy one of these, didn't I? I think I'm going to pass on it. +1 damage for every 1 speed you have. And we currently have 5 speed. It's only 5% damage. We got a Bone Crusher minion. Minions charging at the player, smashing through enemies along the way. We could go for like a minion build, which is kind of weird on a non-minion character, but I mean, I got this tanking minion and I have the Bone Crusher minion. Maybe we get rid of, I'm like, I don't really want to get rid of the Void Hammer because I feel like I can combine these two, and I really like the impact, so like maybe I get rid of the whip. Although the whip looks like it's it's minion damage too. Maybe it's just the shovel. I mean, no, oh my god, it's giving me way too many souls. I can't do that. What do we do here? I think I feel like I just get rid of this. Like I don't take it. Do I take crit chance? Nah, I feel like we hold off. Oh, this one's interesting. While facing right, 20 speed. While facing left, dodge. Can't really afford it though. Melee damage. Okay, we'll take that. And XP gain. I know there's arcane, there's magic there, but I want the XP gain. Yeah, I like impact. I want to keep impact. Hopefully we can level that up. Impact seems really strong. Just need to be able to level it up a few times, get some more damage out of it. Oh god, I need some heals. I need some heals. Leroy Jenkins. And of course, you're probably going to get a bunch of references in there. Oh yeah, we need some more damage. We're not killing things fast enough. I do like that you can block spawns. That's kind of cool. With explosive attacks, +4 size. You know what? I'm going to take this just in case we get something. Let's go for... You know what? It's weird, but I'm going to grab it. There's melee strength. So it looks like... Let's see. Am I maxed out on melee? Can I only have 3? Huh, I guess I can only have 3. Well, I shouldn't say I can only have 3. Oh, it has lifesteal on it? Oh, hello. Okay, so let's do this. We are going to... Gonna get rid of this. We're gonna buy the fist. We're gonna get the coffee. When you take damage during 2 seconds... Ooh, that's kind of nice. Let's go cooldown. Here's some explosive damage. Creates a decoy behind you that lures enemies and explodes after duration. I think that is better than this tanking minion. It's also power. Do we have anything else that's power? We do have one that's power. Okay, let's sell this, buy this. Protection. Shield that shoots projectiles around you when you take damage. I don't know that we're necessarily doing this. Oh, God. That's a lot of damage, though, and it is melee. Okay, so we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Not doing this. We don't want less enemies. Okay, I'm going to save the rest of my coins. We're not going to reroll those. Oh, interesting. So do I have to pick up the traps? Oh, I do. Okay, so they don't just fire wherever. Oh, God. That was a lot of them. That was a lot of them. Okay, so we've got the chest. Let's get in there. Yep. Yeah, I need to definitely pick up a lot more of these power-ups. Oh, we missed that one. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Oh, man, we snuck through. How did we sneak through there with no damage? That was crazy. Extra amount cooldown, but we lose size. I don't think amount matters. We will just take it for the cooldown, I think. And we'll take that for explosive damage. Oh, we get this for free. Nice. One attack slot. Very nice. We will take the damage. Yes. Intimidation. Didn't we already have this? So we're taking a second one? And then what do we want? Let's take the melee damage. Let's take the HP. Max HP but lose speed. Yep, that's fine. Duration cooldown. We don't have anything that has duration on it, right? Well, I guess we have shovel, but I don't know how much that matters. We also have duration on impact. How is that working? I guess maybe it's the duration that we're up in the air. It does have a cooldown on it, though, so I'll take that. We got the cooldown. We'll take that. Take the other clockwork. It is limited, so that's all we can have. Nice. So we have impact. Let's take the fist here. So we'll upgrade these. We'll merge. We'll grab this impact, although we don't need 2. So hopefully we can either find another one. Okay, I'm going to keep buying these. We might... Oh, hang on. We're buying barrel. All right, so now we got archer enemies. Oh, God. Thankfully, the arrows are bright red. I love to see that. As someone who has difficulty seeing projectiles in games, it is very nice to see that the projectiles are red. Not only that they're red, but they're like very contrasting against the background. Wait, why can't I move? Oh, there's... we lost some souls. Oh, we got another chest. Oh, I wanted the soul. Lifesteal HP. Yes, we want that. Oh, we can get fat. Okay. Knockback or less. Yeah, we'll take that. Luck and dodge. They're fine with that. Do you want additional range or do you just want more damage? We could also go for more XP gain. Where is our XP gain? Over here. 8%. Take the damage. What else we got here? We got luck, less damage. Now we'll reroll. Laser eye. Go for more HP regen. Yeah, we want to be tanky. More intimidation. Oh, there's a blue fist. We are full, so we got to get rid of something. So let's go ahead and sell this. Buy the fist. Yeah, I can definitely tell we've gotten a lot slower. We're definitely feeling a little bit sluggish. Nice big impacts. The impacts are very fun. I like those a lot. Oh, we got some XP over here. Oh, big smash. We Hulk smash. I do love how all the little guys are like, stop feeding. What do we got here? No, we'll sell that. What about here? You don't drink health potion at full health. I like that a lot. Go more coffee. What's our speed look like? Oh, you know what we do have? When facing right, we get more speed. And when we have more speed, we have more damage. +1 heal from potion. This is pretty great. Luck and reroll. Oh, Void Hammer. Nice. So we're going to sell this Void Hammer. Or do I just want to get another Void Hammer? Like, do I just want to get rid of this Death Shield? Let's see. So this dealt 335. This dealt way more. But to be fair, how long have I had this? This is just when you take damage. So I would rather have something that's consistently doing damage. We're going to lock that in. Interesting. I wonder what the watering can does. It must synergize with some other item. Okay, let's make a bunch of phony me's. Nice, give him the squish. Give him the squish. Deus Vault. I don't know that call out. I'm assuming that's got to be a reference to something. Do we care? Actually, yeah, we do care about this because we like speed. Speed means damage. So let's go for more speed. Let's be a fast tank. So we grab this, we grab this. Don't care about anything else. there's more impact. I mean, this is just giving me so much economy. I don't think that I need to take... Well, I don't need to take the impact anyway. The only impact that I need... Yeah, so, like... So the abilities that put something on the ground and you need to take... How do I feel about them? How do I feel about them? So here's my thought. Here's why I kind of bring it up anyway. Is that, so you have these type of weapons, right? Like the hammers, you have the fists, you got the shovel. Now, all these weapons have an instance around your character and are constantly doing damage, right? So it's not exactly a bad thing to have like 2 hammers just like this. However, with impact and with the explosive decoy, the things that you have to pick up on the ground rather than them just happening, you really only want one of these, because I'm assuming having 2 or 3 just increases how many of the items are on the ground, but it's not actually increasing the uptime of damage of those abilities, right? Because for something, well, I guess it's different. Explosive decoy, it does, because you can just summon a bunch of them and they'll all explode. Impact, you're limited to, you can only do 1 at a time. So I guess the balance here is that you're able to increase the amount of attacks you can get to kind of compensate for that. Because otherwise you don't really want a bunch of these. Or not even a bunch of these, you don't really even want 2. You would rather just have more weapons, because otherwise it's not really doing anything for you. Let's reroll one more time. Yeah, right. So like, for example, I mean, we could have turned this and the other one previously into a green and then combined up, but I don't feel incentivized to get rid of one of my other weapons that's doing active damage to take this and save it for later. So I almost wonder if you could take, like, if you could give each character an innate ability that they always have. So like Skull always has, that's like his boss mechanic. So anytime you play Skull, like these circles are going to appear on the ground. I'm not sure what that does to the balance if you just start with an attack like that that's always on your character, because now instead of starting at 6 weapons, you're technically starting at 7, even though you can expand to 7, but you're starting with impact. I don't know, just a thought I had. Like, for example, if the summoner always started with and couldn't remove, you know, like a summon ability like the spider that we saw earlier. Let's take the flat damage. Cheater. Unique or limited items that you already have at max stacks have a chance to appear in the shop and you can pick them up. Oh, okay. Cool. So we'll lock that in. Right? So like, rather than impact being here, what if there was like I don't know, a spot over here or just something where impact, maybe you'd have to balance it, right? So right now there's going to be multiple different levels, right? There's going to be gray, there's going to be green, blue, purple, and assumedly yellow or orange for a legendary. So you'd have to balance it maybe closer to green, but it's always there as opposed to being able to upgrade it. I don't know. Just a thought, just thinking out loud. Because again, like, I wouldn't want to remove it from the game. I think that it's a cool boss like ability, and I think that's kind of like what I'm looking for. Is like we're playing the bad guy, and typically when I play these games where you get to play as the bad guy, like, I want to feel. It's a very tough line to cross, actually, in trying to make yourself feel overpowered while not actually being overpowered, right? Because what happens whenever you like, let's think of it like this. A game that most people are probably familiar with, even if you haven't played it, the Souls-like games, either Dark Souls or Elden Ring, whatever. What would happen if FromSoft made a Souls-like game where you play, hey, we won. Well, it was on difficulty 1, so we at least got to see what the game was about, right? What would happen if you played a Souls-like game, but you played as the boss? And I don't just mean like you play as a skin of the boss. I mean, you literally play as the boss. So all the enemies die in like 2 hits. Would that be a fun game? No, it wouldn't. But you also don't want to make yourself feel underpowered. Like when you play a Souls-like game, you have that feeling of like you're going against just a massive wall that is just so difficult to climb, right? Like it's a mountain. They have to constantly practice against the boss, play him several times, learn his attack patterns, and figure out how to actually beat him. Versus an enemy on the ground, which clearly is not that scary because you just walk up, slash him a couple times, and he's dead, right? They don't feel super imposing, whereas the boss does. So when you flip the script, you still want the boss to feel imposing, because otherwise, if you just make him another character, to me, it doesn't have that feeling of like you're playing a boss character, because the let's be honest, the good guys are always at a disadvantage. They always are. That's why every anime ends with the power of friendship, because you can't write the characters to be stronger, so you have to beat them through some bullshittery. So I like the fact that like you're just like stomping on all these noobs coming around you. So I wouldn't want to, that's why I wouldn't want to get rid of it. It's just kind of like, how do you, I don't know. Again, maybe I'm thinking too much about it, but it's just like, I never want to take more than one impact because it feels like it's just hogging a slot. But other than that, I think the game is quite fun. I actually really like the art style, which I think I mentioned before. And, you know, really what my ultimate thought comes down to is it too similar to Brotato? And I'm curious what you guys think, because I'm always trying to get inside, you know, your heads. You know, especially on this channel, we play a bunch of these. At this point, I've played over 100 Bullet Heavens on the channel. Don't know how many Brotato likes we've played, but it's definitely, I can count more than on one hand. And while a lot of them are very similar, there are a couple standouts. You know, the one that I always go to is Dark Chaser Battletide, which is even some of that one even potentially goes too far in some places, where some of the items are literal carbon copies from Brotato. But the reason why I picked that one out is because there's like a whole talent tree system in that one. And so the gameplay, there is a system in the game that is completely different from the Brotato experience. You look at something like Maid Survivors that we played as kind of a joke here, but it was just a literal carbon copy, just had some anime girls in it. So that is always the question that I pose with these Vampire Survivors in my head. I literally just did it. They're not Vampire Survivors, they're Bullet Heavens. You know, is what are they bringing to the table that is new, that is refreshing? And it doesn't necessarily have to be something big. And so I'm curious if this one does enough to differentiate yourself in your guys' mind. Let me know. I'm curious. Again, it's not something, like I said, I talked to the developer. We had a whole conversation about it. We expressed both of our opinions, and ultimately I think we had a really good conversation. It was short-lived, but you know, we had some talks there. And so I'm just curious to hear what more people think, because, you know, ultimately what he said is mostly correct, is like, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But how much of if it ain't broke do you then, you know, redo? I don't know. I'm rambling too much here. Anyway, guys, Noobs are coming. If you want to check it out for yourself, link is, of course, going to be down in the description. As always, I can't talk. I need to go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, would you kindly smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more roguelike action. Guys at Ganyonz, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.